What is going on, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media to recap more about what happened last night and to preview, of course, what's going on in Game 2 tomorrow night at Madison Square Garden. Man, I'm still high off that game last night. I don't know about you guys, but what a game from these New York Knicks last night, led by Josh Hart, Deuce McBride, Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, Bojan Bogdanovic. The bench, really. The story of last night was the bench for the New York Knicks. The only three players to have a plus-minus are the three players coming in off the bench in Deuce McBride with a plus 37, Bojan Bogdanovic, and a Mitchell Robinson. And I want to talk about how we can really progress, what to expect in Game 2 and for the rest of the series. What did we learn in Game 1? Because I feel like now that we have a feel of how the Knicks match up against the Philadelphia 76ers in the playoffs, you can get a good idea of what is to come, right? There's obviously going to be adjustments for Game 2 from the 76ers. There's going to be adjustments from the New York Knicks. Okay, I don't think we can rely on the bench to carry the load every game in this series, and I don't expect that to continue. I think Jalen Brunson is going to actually have the game of the playoffs for him tomorrow night. The Sixers defended him extremely well, and now that Jalen Brunson knows how the Sixers defend him, I think he's going to watch the film, learn how to attack, get to his spots, not force opportunities. But the beautiful thing about these New York Knicks, folks, is that we're not star dependent. There's a lot of teams across the NBA that are dependent on the star to lead them to the promised land no matter what. Well, the New York Knicks have a star, and his name is Jalen Brunson, and if he gets double-teamed and triple-teamed, then he does not have the usual night that we expect from him. This Knicks basketball team is special because there's pieces around this team that can elevate their games to his level, to match his production. That's what Josh Hart did in the fourth quarter. That's what Deuce McBride did the entire game. That's what Mitchell Robinson did that took over that game down low, defensively, energetically. That is a winning basketball team with winning culture. Clutch shots from this Knicks team, timely buckets, you name it, okay? There's a lot of adjustments that we need to see defensively from the New York Knicks as well in terms of adjusting to the elite talent of Tyrese Maxey, okay? I'm not too worried about Joel Embiid, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not. He needs to obviously get healthy if you're at Joel Embiid number one. And he's going to do his usual 30 points, double-double, 30 and 10. He's going to knock down some difficult shots. He's going to get to the free throw line. Like what we saw from Joel Embiid last night, I think is what I'm expecting to see from him pretty much every game. Now, is there a game where Embiid maybe goes for 40? Yeah, that's definitely possible. And he kind of has his game. I don't expect the Knicks to sweep. Hey, I mean, you never know. But my point is, in a game where the New York Knicks don't have their lead guy and Jalen Brunson playing at his best and they still win, that's what you need to know about this freaking team, bro. That's what you need to know about how deep this Knicks basketball team. Maxey gets 33, okay? And Embiid got, let me see the stats real quick. Bringing up the box score. Joel Embiid, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Okay, I mean, that's what I'm expecting the Knicks to do to Embiid every game. He's going to get his 30. He's going to get his stuff. But when it comes to winning basketball, when it matters the most, Mitchell Robinson held Joel Embiid to 2 for 11 from the field. Mitchell Robinson, the Joel Embiid stopper. That's why we match up so well against this team. There's not a lot of big men. Not a lot of big men that can match up with Joel Embiid physically. Bro, Mitchell Robinson was sacrificing his life. Sacrificing his life for this, bro. Mitchell Robinson making that play, bro, where he was defending Joel one-on-one, forces a miss, goes up, gets the rebound, and just goes to the floor, and it's a jump ball between him and Joel. Watching Mitchell Robinson sacrifice everything. I mean, then you heard him in the press conference after the game. This is war. This is the playoffs. We're fighting for our lives out there. That's New York Knicks basketball, Mitch. That's what makes Knicks fans so in love with him. And that's what you heard Gus Johnson, who did a phenomenal job calling the game last night on MSG, filling in for Mike Breen. Of course, Mike Breen was on ESPN, but I love Gus Johnson's call last night. That's why you love Mitchell Robinson. Hustling. Oh, what a play, man. Not to mention the block on Tyrese Maxey, and then he saved it. Dude, this Knicks team can do something special. I know I'm drunk off one game, and I know that Knicks Nation is through the roof right now just off of one game in a series. Still 15 to go, 3 to go in this series, but there's nothing but positive things to take away from last night, okay? And what was the big narrative heading into the game last night from the national media? Who's going to be the secondary scorer next to Jalen Brunson? Who's going to step up? Who's going to be the Robin to Jalen Brunson? I've heard that as a segment on all the different shows across the NBA media. Well, guess what? It was multiple people. It was Deuce McBride. It was Josh Hart. It was OG in the clutch. It was Bogdanovich. And Dante had an off night. So imagine when Dante and Brunson gets cooking, okay? That's why this Knicks team is dangerous. There's weapons across the entire roster. We're not depending on one or two players. This Knicks team is deep, bro. An 8-man rotation, and all 8 players can provide a huge impact in winning basketball. I love the rotation of McBride, Bogdanovich, and Robinson coming in off the bench, bro. You absolutely love to see it. OG Anunoby made a lot of winning plays that I feel like are getting swept under the radar in terms of like hustle plays, fighting for loose balls, a big crucial rebound, a big defensive stop. OG had a low-key good game. And man, when it comes to tomorrow night, you gotta win both games at home and then try to steal one on the road and then win in 5. That's how I'm looking at it. Win in 4. You know what? Let's manifest a sweep. Until I see the Knicks lose a game, we're sweeping them. That's the mindset. I don't manifest no losses. What we doing here? Knicks Nation, appreciate you guys tuning in to another video or a live show here on Knicks Media. Do your boy a solid favor and simply hit the like button on your way into the show, guys. The New York Knicks are up 1-0 on the Sixers. Let's see the vibes go crazy. Hit that like button for your boy if you're pumped up. Shout out to the people tuning in live on YouTube and on Twitter. We're live on Instagram now as well. Shout out to everybody tuning in, man. Sweep. LOL. Track Guru Monkey, you down for the sweep? Monarch is. Let's go. King Blaze pumped up. Mitch got big for the playoff matchups. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Embiid is not going for 40 on Mitch. I heart he will. Mitchell Robinson with the clamps on Joel. 2 for 11 when Mitch was guarding him. How beautiful is it that the Knicks have 2 second-round picks that they developed into the players that they are, helping them win basketball games in the NBA playoffs in Deuce McBride and Mitchell Robinson? How beautiful is that? It's surreal seeing Mitchell Robinson do what he's doing. Deuce McBride, 2 draft picks in the second round, developed into what they're doing right now. It's a joy. Because if we're honest here, all those draft picks that the Knicks have had are gone. Like, everybody on the roster is not through the draft, besides Deuce and Mitch, if I'm not mistaken. The starting 5 is not draft picks. Jalen Brunson, free agency. Dante, free agency. OG, trade. Josh Hart, trade. Hartenstein, free agency. The only 2 players that we drafted in the rotation right now is Deuce and Robinson. We used RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, Obi Toppin, and Quentin Grimes, the 4 pieces that we drafted as trade bait to assemble the greatness of this roster. That just Leon Rose masterclass. We all had some emotional attachments to those 4 players in our own respectful ways. But boy, oh boy, that's what good organizations do, bro. You draft, you develop, you trade, and you make the moves to construct a winning organization. And this is the beginning, folks, of something where Knicks fans are going to start getting used to playoff success, where these playoff wins are always going to feel great. I'm not going to ever not celebrate like crazy every night. But my point is, I think we're entering a new Knicks era of consistent year in and year out playoff basketball. And that's not something Knicks fans have felt on a consistent basis. This is the best season since 2012. That's a long time. And I really think the way that this organization is headed is a year in and year out consistent team that is going to be in the playoffs and making runs year in and year out. Because this Knicks team is not just a short fizzled squad like back in 2012, for example. It was Carmelo Anthony mixed with a bunch of veterans. There was no youth. There was no stability. There was no foundation to grow on. It was an all-in type of season. But now the Knicks have so many players in the prime of their careers, and they have a huge load of draft picks in their arsenal for another trade. They got Deuce locked up for 3 years on a cheap contract. They got Robinson locked up long-term. Two of their young players are here for the long haul. They got Jalen Brunson on a descending contract, who's probably going to sign an extension, I'm hoping, this summer. We got Josh Hart long-term, Dante long-term, Randall's here long-term still. Obviously, the big thing is, are we going to retain Hartenstein? What's the OG Anunoby situation? Is he getting an extension? But boy, oh boy, do you feel a consistent winning basketball team coming. And this is just the beginning. That's the beautiful thing about it, folks. We're just getting a taste of what consistent Knicks winning basketball is like. And it's an absolute joy. And there's a reason why I'm bringing this up, because we have to put in perspective as Knicks fans where we've come from. We can't just be like, this is normal. I'm not going to let that happen. I remember the misery just like every single Knicks fan. I remember the misery. And now we got these types of games at Madison Square Garden with the whole world tuned in, seeing the greatness of our players step up in big moments. It's a thing of freaking beauty, folks. Oh, it's so amazing, bro. Look at Josh Hart's energy. That's the energy I'm matching right now. So, folks, please, if you did not already, consider hitting the like button for your boy. Subscribe to Knicks Media if you're new to the show. We always appreciate you guys tuning in here on Knicks Media. The Knicks go up big. They go up 1-0 on the Philadelphia 76ers, baby. How sweet it is for this Knicks team to do what they do. We saw some NBA playoff basketball this morning. Celtics win 114-94. Okay. We also got, I believe the Clippers are blowing out Dallas right now, if I'm not mistaken. We got the live ticker below us to give us some updates. I'm sure some of you guys are watching the games as well as watching the live show. At least I'm hoping. Look at that. Oh, my God. 56-30 at half. What? I knew the Clippers were winning, but I didn't know by that much. Sheesh. NBA playoff basketball is here. So far, every home team has won game one. Clippers are on their way to win game one. Celtics won game one at home. Cleveland won at home. Minnesota won at home. The Knicks won at home. Denver won at home. So there's a trend here. I can't stress enough how important it is. If you're home court, you have to win game one. If you lose game one at home, it flips all the momentum right away. That's what we did to the Cavs. And remember, that's what the Heat did to the Knicks, right? We had home court in round 2 against Miami, but the Heat came into the Garden and beat us. I believe they beat us in game 1. I'm pretty sure. And right there was like the kiss of death, bro. I'm telling you, it's the kiss of death. Not to say it's impossible to win the series if you lose game 1 at home. You could definitely still win the series, but boy, you go into a hole. Home court flips, the momentum flips, which is why last night's win was so massive against the Philadelphia 76ers team that's very good. That is they're 31 and now 9 with Joel. I know Joel's not 100%, but they are a very good basketball team. Just because we're the 2 seed and they're the 7 seed, the Sixers don't feel like a 7 seed. They feel like a 2 or 3 seed in my brain, which is why every game matters. And when you're the home court team that the Knicks have, they have to take care of business, because if you just win all your home games, you win the series. Obviously, I think this Knicks team is built to go into Philadelphia and win a game or 2. No doubt about it. I expect that. But my point is, when you have home court advantage, you have to win your games at home, bro. And now we are just 3 games closer to moving on to take on the Pacers or the Bucks. Vibes are immaculate, baby. Knicks Nation, let me know your thoughts right now. JB MVP. How glorious is it that our MVP, I mean, it's not glorious that he had a bad game, but the fact that he had a bad game and the Knicks still won the way that they did just shows you all you need to know about this team, bro. All you need to know. We're not depending on Jalen to carry us. That's a sign of a team that is not built for sustainability. If you're a squad that has a superstar and he just leads you in everything, every game, what happens when he has an off game? That's my question. What happens when you have an off game? I'll tell you what happens. You lose. But when the Knicks, not the case. Not the case. Want to give a big shout out to the proud sportsbook sponsor. But before we do that, we got a super chat from my man Aaron Ho. $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Aaron. I genuinely appreciate this. Big time, my friend. Everyone give Aaron some dono hype in the chat, baby. Bro, we got to win game 2. Super important. I'm confident DiVincenzo, OG, and Brunson step up tomorrow. Let's go, Knicks. Oh, he put the brooms out. He put the brooms on the screen. He's manifesting the Knicks in 4. I love it. Shout out to Aaron for the $5 super chat. Big time thank you and salute to you, Aaron. Game 2 is important, man. And any game at home, you got to win. You got to win at home. Absolutely. I think if the Knicks win at home, I think Knicks in 5 is going to happen. But I'll start saying Knicks in 4 until we lose a game, baby. Shout out to you, Aaron. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate the love, my guy. Big time shout out to you. Now, folks, if you look at BetUS, if you did not sign up for BetUS yet, what you doing, folks? Click that link at the bottom of the description. I'll put it at the top of the chat to open up your BetUS account today to receive a 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,500. They got an amazing prop building tool, which is my personal favorite, where you can go in here and make a parlay. Let's make one right now. Deuce McBride is at 8.5 points for game 2. 8.5 points? You kidding me? I got to log in real quick so I can place this bet. So we're going to make a little parlay, and I want you guys to help me out in the chat because I want to win some cash. And if you guys want to trail your boy on BetUS or make your own parlay, click that link at the top of the chat again to sign up for BetUS today, folks. Big time shout out to BetUS.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.
Where the game begins. All right. We're getting Deuce over 8.5 points in game number 2. Mitchell Robinson's at 5.5 points. Bro, this guy's getting 6 points. You kidding me? We're taking the over on Deuce and Robinson. What else we doing? Where's Boyan at 10.5? I like the bench. I'm taking the over on all 3 bench players in game 2. Over 5.5 points for Mitch. Over 8.5 for Deuce. Over 10.5 for Boyan. Those are way too low. I'm taking all 3, adding them into the parlay. And then the one that hits every single time is points, rebounds, and assists for Josh Hart. Where is he at? Josh Hart, 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists. That's a lot. That's a big number there. But, I mean, you talk about a guy who gets double-digit rebounds. He play makes. Ooh, that's tough. Do I take it? Now, I want to win. I want to win my money. I don't want to just pick on the over on everything. I'm trying to win some cash here on BetUS. Let's go to the three-pointers. Josh Hart's at over. Wow, it's at plus 149. So Josh Hart's coming off, I believe, how many three-pointers did he hit, folks? 4 or 3 last night? He hit 4 three-pointers. So BetUS has the over at 1.5. I'm taking that over. I think Josh Hart has another game of at least 2 three-pointers. Okay? And then we got Bogdanovich's over for threes is 1.5. Deuce is at 1.5 as well. I got Deuce hitting another two threes. And if you go all the way to the top, we're already at plus 2,400 on this parlay at a 5-legger. So if you put $50 on this parlay, guys, you'll return $1,250. Wow. $1,250. And let's just recap what it is. Deuce to have 8.5 points. Robinson to have over 5.5 points. Boyan to have over 10.5 points. Josh Hart to have 2 three-pointers. And Deuce to have 2 three-pointers. That's very likely, bro. What? Deuce to have 2 threes. Josh Hart to have 2 threes. This hit last night, basically. I mean, this happened last night. What this is. So I am 100% putting my money on this. Oh, I just X'd out one. What did I just do? I took out Deuce's points on accident. Add that back. right? Yep, plus 2,400. So you put $50 down on this, guys, you win 1,250. If you put 100 on it, you win 2,500. So definitely big time shout out to BetUS. If you want to trail me, feel free to do it. That's where my money's going, at least. That's where my money's going. That's easy cash, bro. Easy cash. Ha-ha. Let's go. The resilience in the Knicks team all season isn't going to stop just because it's the playoffs. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. Come on now. Let's go, agent. Embiid is definitely not looking good. I agree, but we don't want excuses. No, we don't. No excuses. Hold on one sec, guys. Just putting my information in so I can deposit my money into BetUS to actually put that bet in. I wasn't lying, okay? I wasn't lying. I'm putting my money where my mouth is with this one. I wish I put it on last night. We hear, Richie, what a Knicks game last night. Jalen Brunson was guarded most of the game. How about the bench? Josh Hart, Deuce is loose. He's starting to excite me ever since his contract was elevated. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's an absolute gorgeous, gorgeous thing, folks. The fact that Jalen Brunson had the game that he had and we still won the way that we did tells you all you need to know about these Knicks, man. All you need to know about these Knicks. That we're built to beat anybody, bro. We're built to beat anybody. Even without Jalen at his best. Can you imagine when Jalen starts cooking? Which is inevitably going to happen tomorrow night. Right? Inevitably going to happen tomorrow night. All right, we're putting the money down real quick. What did I get? Josh Hart, 2 threes. Deuce, 2 threes. Was that it? It was 5 legs, right? Yeah, that was it. All right, now I got money deposited. So we're actually putting the money on it. And you guys can see me do it live. We're putting 50 on it. Boom. We're putting 50 on it. Successful. This is the parlay. If you guys want to trail me, take your screenshots. This is what we got for game 2. Boyan to have 11 points. Deuce to have 9 points. Mitch to have 6 points. And then Josh Hart and Deuce to both have 2 3-pointers hit. This would have hit last night. I'm doubling down on the bench unit. I'm doubling it down, baby. I'm going to take a screenshot of this myself. Because this is what we're cooking in for tomorrow night, baby. That's what we got on BetUS. Click that link at the top of the chat, folks. If you want to trail your boy. Let's go, Knicks! Oh, I'm pumped up right now. I'm still high off last night. It's like a natural high that we have. Tell me it's not like just a natural high watching our Knicks team just be dull. Okay? You freaking love to see it. You love to see it. My boy Ryan just texted me. Oh, yeah. My friend Ryan is a Mavericks fan. This is effing embarrassing. 7 points in this. Oh, man. He's a Mavs fan. He's pissed right now. I don't have that game on. What's going on in that game? How are they losing by that much? Salute Knicks Media. Salute Harlem World Breaker. A.K.A. SJ the Third. Harlem, salute to you, bro. Appreciate you tuning in, my friend. I appreciate you tuning in. Dallas is getting waxed, dude. My boy, Wild Boy Trey's in the house. Devo and Brunson didn't even have their best games. The Sixers should be afraid. Yes, they should be. 110% should be terrified, bro. Let's go. What was your favorite? What was your highlight of the game? If there's one moment of last night, was it the Josh Hart 3-pointer at the end? Was it the Mitchell Robinson block and save? Was it Deuce coming in and having a plus 37? What was the highlight last night for you? What moment? OG? Josh Hart 3 talking trash, bro. That was just... Here it is right here. Right on the screen. Right there. Oh, my God. Look at that shot. And then it cuts to him just losing his mind. Look at him. Oh, I wish I was there for that. Look at Josh Hart, dude. You got to love him. Lion Hart. Lion Hart. You love to see it. Bogey throwing punches after the three. Love that too. Hart can do everything and is a Swiss Army knife. Bro, it's over. If Josh Hart can start doing this consistently, hitting those types of shots, it's over for the league, bro. I'm telling you right now. It is completely over for the league. Completely over for the league. And I mean that. That OG3 was lit too. That was a great pass from Jalen Brunson across the court in the clutch. And for OG to hit that, bro, he had to hit that shot. Because let's not forget, dude, every big shot the Knicks hit, the Sixers answered. Okay? The Knicks hit a big shot, and then the Sixers hit a big shot. Luckily for the Knicks, they were able to come out on top. But the Sixers team was ready to go. This Sixers team is a good team. They started off really good in this game. Up and down game. This win doesn't satisfy me thinking like, oh, we're unstoppable. Tyrese Maxey's a problem. Joel Embiid is still a problem even though he's limping around. Nicholas Batum can get hot. But I'll be honest with you guys, like, I got all the confidence in the world in this series, though. I don't want to make it seem like I'm scared. I'm not. I'm trying to give the opponent some respect. Okay? Still a long way to go in the series. Still a long way to go. But the way that this Knicks team gels together is a different feeling, man. It really, really genuinely is. I don't even think Josh Hart is a bad shooter. I think it's really easy, just his confidence. Yeah, and he said that he noticed when the Knicks matched up against Philly in the regular season that their game plan was to sag off of Josh Hart. So he took that personal, and he said that he put up a lot of reps in practice, which he never really does. If you watch his podcast or listen to his podcast, you'd know. And he got ready. He got his shot ready for the playoffs, and you can feel it. Because if he can start hitting shots the way that he's shooting right now, I'm telling you, this Knicks team is going to be a difficult basketball team to beat. It's going to be a difficult basketball team to beat, bro. Can you imagine what we'll look like when we have a usual Jalen Brunson night mixed with a hot Dante and OG scoring? Dude, that is where it all will click. Maxey and Embiid can't carry that team. They need others to step up. Yeah, the supporting cast for Philadelphia was trash. Their bench, I mean, who's coming in off their bench? Buddy Hield? Batum? Yeah. Lowry? That's the bench? I mean, Kelly Oubre, he was very solid defensively on Brunson. He stripped him a bunch of times. Oubre, size and length, definitely matches up against Jalen. And Jalen's going to have to adjust, which I have all the confidence in the world that he will do, by the way. I got all the confidence in the world. Let's freaking go, man. Richie, Dante rested. Will he play better next game? I think he will. Listen, and that's the beautiful thing. We can't expect every single player in this Knicks basketball team to be at their top of the game every single night. The beauty is we have weapons everywhere. We're not depending on one individual. We're depending on a collective. Lowry is annoying, bro. I don't know why Kyle Lowry, when he plays the Knicks, just turns into like prime Lowry, bro. He has such quick hands. He knows how to just strip the cookies. You have a wide open lane to the basket. You think you have an easy layup, and then he just puts his hand in the and just strips the ball. It's like, gosh, dude. And then he hits a clutch shot. It's like, God, Kyle Lowry's a pest and annoying, dude. He's going to frustrate the living heck out of me all series. You know that. I'm not used to having hope for this team. And doesn't it feel real? Doesn't that feel like justified? Like I'm starting to accept the reality that I got so much confidence in this Knicks team, man. Like I feel genuine confidence. When we were losing by 13 points in the first quarter, I wasn't nervous. I was like, we're going to be good, bro. We're going to adjust. We're going to come back. We're going to go on a run. Like I feel so confident with this Knicks team. It's a breath of fresh air. So, folks, Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We were going to cap off this live here at a half hour. Thank you to all the Knicks fans tuning into Knicks Media. We'll be live tomorrow for a preview show. Salute, salute, salute to Knicks Nation in the chat. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday, celebrating game number 1. But let's flip the page. It's game 2 time, baby. Let's flip that script and let's go get it. Let's go get that dub at the Garden tomorrow night. We'll be live tomorrow on the show, heading into game 2. Hope you guys are feeling the vibes. Woo! Cannot wait. Shout out to BetUS. This is the bet that I got cooked up for BetUS tomorrow night. Cannot wait to see if it hits or not. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your night. Peace out.